Welcome to Learjet TV. Today's episode is about the Lear 55 crash in Philadelphia. There's been lots of speculation, lots of reporting about this accident over the last few days. The aircraft was an air ambulance flight. It was on its way from Philadelphia to Missouri. It was going to refuel and then on to Tijuana. On board, there was a doctor, paramedic, the mother of the patient and two pilots. And the airplane lifted off into the air, and about 30 seconds after being in the air, it crashed. It seems like there was an explosion, and then the aircraft crashed into some houses. So the question now is, why did this accident happen? Was it weather related? I looked at the weather forecast, and the weather doesn't tell me that, there was any icing problem or whatnot. So it wasn't weather. But there is an interesting fact that I've managed to dig up. Back in 2023, the same company that operated this aircraft crashed a Lear 35A. The airplane landed, and the brakes failed, they didn't work, and the airplane ended up off the end of the runway and crashed and burned and killed everybody on board. There seems to be a maintenance issue. And now I'll tell you a story that happened to me back in the day when I was very young and flying air ambulance operations. We were on an air ambulance flight, we're flying a Turbo Commander. We went into Naples in Italy, pick up a patient and the mother and a couple of doctors. On our flight into Naples, the airspeed indicator decided to go to 0. So we knew we had some failure of some sort, but we had GPS as backup to give us our speed. So we land, I was the first officer at the time. We ring the boss to find out, what should we do? He said, if you're comfortable with it, don't write it in the book and continue the flight. Captain said, are you comfortable with it? I said, well, we do have backup GPS, and we took the risk. Everything went fine. We got back, patient got to hospital, the airplane then got repaired. That wasn't really a safe thing to do. I was a young first officer at the time. I was concerned with, getting my hours up, and I accepted to compromise, basically. There may have been some maintenance issues with the aircraft. Now, some people are saying it was an old Lear 55. It was 44 years old. Old airplanes are dangerous. They fall out the sky. That's completely wrong. I mean, you can buy an older airplane, maintain it really, really well, fly it to high standards, and you're going to be fine. Or you could buy a new airplane and maintain it badly and fly it badly, and it could be an absolute disaster after a year or two. So the age of the aircraft isn't a factor here. I think there was some maintenance issue that wasn't being done that caused an explosion after takeoff and killed everybody. And that's my take on this, looking at the various video footage and also listening to other experts on that. Because this company have a history of another crash, which was a brake failure, it tells me that they are delaying some of their maintenance for money reasons. It's very difficult to make money in this type of operation, even though with air ambulance, they are getting a lot of the money from the insurance companies, but it's difficult to make money operating aircraft, whether it's you're operating private jets or you're operating airliners. It is difficult to make money, and it always has been. I mean, there are only a handful of airlines in the history of aviation that have ever made any money. And this is a factor that I want to sort of drive forward here on BizJet TV. When you buy a private jet, the private jet itself can make you money if you use it as a business tool. It can also be a great benefit to use when you're flying your family around. Going back to this Lear 55 crash, I wouldn't blame the Lear 55. I wouldn't blame the fact it was a 44-year-old airplane. I think it's down to maintenance issues. That's my take on this one. Check out this other video we did about, do you need an advisor when you're looking to buy a private jet? And that's all here from Fabrizio on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.